Hello, hello. It says we are live. I have a lot of co-hosts today, but I do have a hard stopping point of like 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I'm going to let my co-hosts introduce themselves rapid fire in alphabetical order. So Carrow, Holly, Keylin, and then Miguel. And then I'll quickly go. And then we'll jump pretty quickly into the first sprint. In the meantime, if you are in the chat, please let me know what you are working on and include that in your intro. My co-hosts, please.
Okay. Hello, my name is Carrow Brown. I'm an urban fantasy author and the owner of Matter After Productions. I'm here to actually kind of figure out what I'm doing next week. I've got my planners out and I'm looking over emails and trying to figure out what I need to prioritize. And then hopefully between now and the end of the stream, I'll have my life together and I will call that a win. So
sounds good. Hi guys, I'm Holly Davis. I'm a YA and middle grade fantasy writer going along the trad pub route. And today I'm going to be working on beta reading for a friend before she sends her manuscript to the copy editor. So I'm having fun going through that.
Nice.
Hey everyone, my name's Keylin. I am a self-published author as well as a cover designer and ghostwriter. Today I'm actually going to be ghostwriting, so I can't really talk about what what that is, but yeah, I'll be writing today.
And hello, my name is Miguel. I am a teenage aspiring author who makes videos about my crazy writing journey about writing a book for the first time. And for this life, I am working on the zero draft of my fantasy novel, Project Chosen, which I started during the Worldwide Write-a-thon.
Exciting. Nice. You are all on my channel or my Twitch channel, so I believe you should all know who I am, especially by the people who are in the chat. But if you don't know, my name is Zara Hoffman. I'm the self-published author of 5, soon to be 6 books and many more forthcoming. And for this sprint, actually this stream, I'm going to be working on starting to draft my next book, which is a standalone, and I'm so excited because there's no chance, no chance that it's going to become a series, and I cannot wait after writing 2 trilogies back to back. That was a mistake. So the Forest Room code for the first sprint is 6 Bravo Echo 5 Golf X-Ray Niner. And I will leave it up on screen for a little bit longer. Timers have not been cooperating with me since, I think, May, maybe even April on StreamYard. So what I've been doing is saying in the ticker at the bottom, saying this is the number sprint, this is how long, and it's ending at this time. Sometimes my math is a little bit wonky. So I go by when the Forest app tells me. So if you see the time and you're like, we're done, and I haven't noticed, it means I messed up the math this early in the morning, and I apologize. But I try to be good. And okay. Yes. Okay. Someone asked, am I streaming to Twitch as well? The answer is yes. It's just twitch.tv/Zara Hoffman. If you are a Twitch subscriber and you would rather use the emotes there, you can. So yes, I'm simulcasting this whole month, and it's been interesting. Okay, Mallory is asking, I've got a question. I downloaded the Force app, but I have no idea how to find the rooms. You need the paid version. And then once you have the paid version, at the top of your screen, there's a hourglass and a flame, and you tap that to get more options. And then you turn on Plant Together in the middle. And then at the bottom of your screen, you'll see a button that says Join Room and one that says Create Room. And everyone in the chat and on screen who is not me will say Join Room and then enter the code that I give at the start of each sprint. Hope that helped, Mallory. I'll give you a little bit extra time to get into the room. Hello, Maria. Hello, Mallory. Ninka, Tiara. Regina is here, as always. Thank you. Crow, Nina. Okay, Nina's going to be working on a YA contemporary outline. Cool. Mallory's working on scenes for my urban fantasy paranormal romance. Love that genre. Crow's gonna go after a housefly, which I think is very productive and necessary. Regina went for all the emotes on Twitch.
That's so cute.
The purple hair ones are mine. The derpy cat is not, and then the purple heart is just Twitch. Hello, Cad. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Okay, Mallory's in, so that means we're going to start our first sprint, which means I need to update this. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. that was the end of the first sprint. How did everyone do? We got shuffled around.
My fault.
So there we go. I did some writing. I don't know how many words. Okay, I wrote 60 words. This is my first time like writing in a few days because I was doing homework for like the past 3. So I'm happy with that as a first sprint.
Nice. Yeah, the circuit breaker just crapped out and like my computer just like died. Just shut.
No.
Oh no.
And so yeah, hopefully the electrician can come today. But anyways, I'm on my laptop downstairs. So crisis averted for now.
Excuse me. I went and actually reviewed my week's tasks to see where I spent a lot of my time and then reflected on how to change for this coming week. Like I have one thing that took up way too much time and it made other things just not happen. So that's what I did.
That's a really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm organized and what's the word? I call it organization to procrastination because I spend so much time trying to put things where it needs to be that I just don't get anything done.
I got 131 words.
I got 95 words.
Cool.
Nice.
Regina needs more coffee.
Oh, girl, same. I haven't even had my coffee today.
I can smell it. I can smell my coffee, and I was like, I could go up and get some right now. And then we came back, and I was like, or I could just sit here for a little bit. Yeah.
Carol, if you want to go and grab your coffee now, you can.
It's crazy. I didn't drink coffee for 5 years. From 2015 to 2020, I didn't drink coffee. And man, I got addicted to coffee so quickly again. As soon as I started drinking, I should say caffeine. I didn't have caffeine. Like I'd have decaf coffee. And now I'm like, I wake up every morning and I'm like, where's my coffee? I'm like a coffee gremlin again. And it kind of reminds me of why I needed to quit.
That's me, yeah. And now I've been having like coffee in the morning and then like pop or tea or more coffee or something in the afternoon, and it's like getting to be really bad. So
my mom used to drink like 5 cups a day, and then a few years ago she cut back, and now I think she does like 2 or 3 max.
oh my gosh, wow. Still a lot.
But normally she can like do 2, and sometimes she'll put off the first one till later so that she can just do 1 a day. Couple words, 175, homework. Regina was talking about an iTunes book promotion, but the paperwork is like 3 pages long. Kirk is trying to hire you, Keylin.
I'll have to check my messages. I remember getting one from you. Sometimes Fiverr filters them into spam, so it could have happened. I'll go and check. I'm so sorry.
Keylin too popular, but she always replies to messages for the crowd. Do I? I always try to reply to messages. Sometimes I don't get them though. If people message me through Instagram, sometimes I don't get them because they've been hating me since the start of 2021, and I don't know why.
I'm so terrible at replying to, thank you for thinking that, Eva, but I'm terrible to replying to messages on Instagram, and Instagram in particular. Text messages I'm also pretty bad at, but Fiverr I'm definitely good at because if you don't reply to messages, they dock you for that. And but honestly, it like makes for horrible conversations because what happens then is if you don't reply to certain messages, then you get docked like on your like rankings and stuff like that. But then what happens is the conversation just drags on and on. Someone will say something to end a conversation, but you have to reply to it, or else Fiverr, like it's dumb. Is
there a way that you can close a conversation?
So it's not your inbox conversations. Those you just have to reply to the first message. But once you have an order, every single time your client sends you a message, you have to reply, which is really good if they're asking you a question. But if they're just like, okay, thanks, you have to reply with like, no problem, thanks. Like it just, and then that entices people to, I don't know. It just, it's a new thing that they rank you on. And I'm like, I have like 100% in most of my things, except for that. I've got like an 82% because like, if somebody says, okay, thanks, or like, no problem, like if somebody says no problem, I'm not responding to their no problem.
Right.
Anyway.
Social pleasantries are being used against you, my friend. You have my sympathy.
Exactly.
That's annoying.
I want to like write a short story and then buy one of Keylin's like pre-mades because they're gorgeous. So I'm just like waiting for one and be like, ooh, like I need a short story idea, and then I'm gonna buy one because I'm just like they're so gorgeous and I love them.
I was on a book cover buying ban for like the past 3 years, and then Keylin's the moon one and then the twin suns one that looked kind of like a pair. I was like, oh, God damn it. So I bought them as a pair.
Nice.
But yeah. Crow killed the fly.
At first I thought you were gonna say like they killed the tree, and I was like, what?
No. No. Which reminds me though, I need to set up the next tree. So there we go. Sorry, forgot about that. For November Alpha 8 X-ray 6, it will be up on screen in just a moment. This tree was picked by Carrow. Holly, right in there.
Oh yeah, I was like on it. I was trying to like go in based on your like you saying it out loud. See if I had good like ear hand coordination.
Rafe is here. Hello. Charlie, hello. Eva says, I'm not sure I've ever messaged you, Zara. Your standout trait to me is that you always pronounce names correctly and rarely forget. I'd wager you always reply to messages. I reply to any message that I actually see. But sometimes platforms will just eat them. And then someone will message me through a different platform. Be like, I messaged you through Instagram. Did you not see? And I'm like, no. And not because you went to spam, but because I just never got it. Kirk, I've hired illustrators, voice actors, video editors, etc., all through Fiverr for a YouTube novel, and I need a ghostwriter co-author to help flesh out the traditional version of the novel. Interesting. Eva says, you can see Keylin's interactions with clients on a live stream where she helped create the cover for Savvy and RK's book. I don't mean to sound like a commercial, but if you're not sold, Keylin rocks. Yeah.
Thanks, Eva. That was a really fun cover. Also outside of my comfort zone, so that was really fun.
Ooh.
Thank you, Regina. Okay, people are in the forest room. I see 5 people there. 2 are guests on screen, and 3 are people in the chat. I'm trying to see if there are other people in the chat who normally like to join. Crow, I know you tend to like to join. I'm not seeing you in the room. is your phone like with the dogs or something? Because that's the only your reason for not. Oh, I'm in went to get water. Oh, yep, you just loaded. Okay. Right, if I'm watching In the Heights, great to see my community represented. I'm watching that later today with the friend whose birthday it is. Yes, so I'm excited for that. Tiara, this sprint will be 20 minutes, as will the following two, and then the final sprint will be 10 minutes. Crow, I will let her know that you wished her happy birthday. Okay, we're going to start, which means I need to do math again. But this one is easy. So, okay, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. that was our second sprint. Holly is going to stay off camera and on mute for a bit because technical stuff. So everyone, if you would like to say in the chat how you did, you can. I'm not going to go over it this time around because I want to make sure we get all the sprints in before the 2-hour mark. We just lost Keylin. So
It's almost like Monday, but it's not Monday.
I know. Well, earlier we lost Miguel, then we lost Holly, and then now Keylin.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Like when I was trying to turn my camera back on, I just like completely disconnected.
Okay, I'm gonna set the next forest room, but my co-hosts, aside from Holly, who is on mute and not returned yet, she told me one in the private chat. She's fine. Let me know how you did. I did some more writing.
I popped into Google Calendar to do some time blocking about things that I can't move. And then I started to look at what I needed to get done and where I could fit it in there. And then I crossed off things because I won't get them done next week. And I will not set myself up for failure. So,
Carrow, I need your system. It sounds so great.
I'm here for you.
I'm like going to go back and rewatch this and be like, I'm just going to do everything Carrow does because it sounds... I need some structure in my life.
I would be happy to talk and go over any of that with you at any time. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Mm-hmm. I wrote a little bit. That's all.
I wrote 177 words, and I could say that I think I'm all, like quarter way through with a chapter, and my character has returned home from traveling.
Nice.
So that's good.
Awesome.
Okay, forest room is 5, Foxtrot, Mike, Sierra, Papa, Romeo, Romeo. Crow says, weird comment, but Keylin, I think we have the same curtains.
Oh, that's fun. They're just blue curtains I got from Fabricville.
CB came in. Hello. Regina's writing a poem. Wendy came in. Okay. I'm not reading word counts because that'll take a long time, and I'm trying to, move this along.
You're like all efficient. You're like, we got things to do. Like, we're busy.
Yeah, I mean, we do. Normally, I do more chatting, but the
At least it's getting me to be more productive.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, we are going to start once I find the proper banner to edit with the proper time. Okay. Let me hide this. In 3, comment just popped up. Okay. Banners. In 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. that was the end of our third sprint. How did people do? I was pretty distracted during that sprint, so I did some writing, but not as much as the others.
I actually did some guilty pleasure writing, and I got about 560 words in it.
Well, I wrote 188 words, and pretty half of them was description, which I kind of struggled with.
That's cool. You did it.
I didn't do any writing that sprint, but I went back and reread the outline of the upcoming bit that I'm working on, just because I had to reorient myself in the story.
Cool. Holly wrote to me, and she will not be able to join back in.
Oh no!
Because the whole circuit breaker needs to be replaced, and everything's so unstable right now that she's like staying away from her computers.
Yeah, you don't want it to get oh my god, I'm missing the word right now.
You don't want to short circuit it.
That's it. Exactly.
I'm here for you.
Sunday morning.
Ara wrote 300 words and changed into PJ, so I don't have to worry about that when the husband brings the baby into sleep. Good planning. Chandra had come in. SM Ashwin came in. Kirk sorted out some banking issues so he could pay his Fiverr team. Keylin will be back in a moment. Let me see how many people are in the forest room. Tiara's dad had called her. Okay, 3 people are in the forest room. For those of you who need me to read it out loud, it is 3 Bravo, Foxtrot, Mike, Kilo, Victor, November.
I can't find the forest. I have the forest room app. I have so many apps on my phone. I can't find it.
I just pulled down from the center of the screen to search all my apps.
Search?
Yeah.
Mine just shows me my notifications.
No, not from the top, from the center of the screen, Keylin.
Oh. I've never done this before. Found it.
Sorry, I had to walk me through baby steps. I was like, I know you just explained it, but come back 2 steps and just hold my hand and tell me what to do.
I'm fine with doing it with other people, and then with my mom, I'm so frustrated. I'm I shouldn't be, because clearly I can explain it to people without getting frustrated.
Oh, I'm the same way with my parents and siblings, actually. If anybody asks me to explain anything, I'm like, why aren't you getting it? I don't know why, but it's something about family does that to you.
And why aren't you already as intelligent?
And you know what really gets my family is that after a while, if I have to explain something to them, I get what they call teacher voices. Okay, so we're just going to take a moment and recollect ourselves. And they're like, no, don't do that. I was like, I'm going to have to.
Because otherwise I'm going to get frustrated.
Yeah, this or frustration.
When I'm frustrated.
It's either me cussing at you or you get to deal with this tone. Pick your battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I could teach someone something new. Taught people how to use the Forest app. Don't worry, the code's still up there. Chandra organizes apps by color and makes things so much easier to find. I can't do that. I put things in folders. So I have a utilities folder. I have an education folder, email folder, finance, marketing, which is mostly just social media, podcasts, and entertainment. I mean, podcasts are part of entertainment and stuff. And then one of the more recent updates, I think it was 5 updates ago though, or whatever, the app library also automatically group certain things. So, because you can have things downloaded on your phone, but not on your home screen, and that's helpful.
Chandra, I'm wondering, did you watch the Home Edit, the like organization show? Because they are like organize everything by color. So I'm wondering if that's where you got it from.
I love looking at bookshelves that are organized by color, but I also can't do that. I'm like, series need to be together.
To me, like, although I also like my bookshelf series need to be together, but like I get the apps organized by color because the logos are what, or at least for me, I remember the logos. I don't even necessarily remember the name of the app. So like, I think for me that would really work. My apps are not organized in any way. There's just
I don't even have them on my screen. Like they're just in the app thing. I go looking for them. And what really frustrates me is so I have webtoons. You know, I'm a shameless reader of webtoons. But then for work, I have an app called, you know, When I Work, and they both have W's, and I keep clicking on the wrong one like every time.
and then you end up, yeah.
I'm like, this isn't my shift. This is a comic.
Yeah, I do folders and in like order of most used. So like text is like the first thing at the top of my thing, other than the Forest app. And then I have like calendar, clock, Scrivener, and like other things that are really easy to access for me. I could do the logos and be okay, but I've done folders for so long that it would like take some rewiring in my brain, and I'm like, I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
As far as color goes, too many. I mean, red is like excitement, or is that orange in color theory? I can't remember. But like,
no, yeah, yellow and orange and red are used as excitement. But it's also used as fast pace, and they're kind of abrasive to look at, which is why McDonald's puts it on the inside of their buildings because they want you to eat and get out. We talked about that in hospitality.
Come give us your money, eat, but then out.
Yeah.
Don't stay.
Yeah.
I think the most common app color is blue, right?
You know, if I had my phone, I'd tell you. I think
I see a lot of blue and a lot of
yeah,
red.
I think it's blue. Facebook and Twitter are blue.
I just deleted Facebook from my phone because like I wasn't really using it except for like your cover group and then my other cover artists.
I deactivated my personal Facebook. I don't have it anymore. I just have Messenger.
Yeah, I have Messenger too.
So interesting about McDonald's, though. I love that.
Yeah, they talk about all sorts of fun things in hospitality. Like, so for those of you who don't know, like prior to this version of Carrow Brown, I actually used to be a chef, and I went to culinary school, and we did everything from like budgeting to restaurant management. We did legal and stuff like that. And what's really interesting is that when it comes to legal, anything that happens to you next to the hotel is the hotel's fault. Like everything. Even if you walk outside and you are on the sidewalk and you get assaulted by some wacko, it's the hotel's fault.
Really?
Yeah. That's insane. I thought you were going to say that like, oh no, it's not.
No, it's the hotel's fault. You have to literally be off the actual established perimeter of the hotel before they're put at fault.
Because
like you're a guest of the hotel.
I had a friend who got like attacked in my high school, but it was after like school hours ended, but the building was still being used for like other programs.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it was after school hours, so it wasn't like our responsibility. I'm like, it's in the building.
Yeah, that's education law versus hospitality law. And hospitality law, everything's our fault.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We learn a lot.
Time to go slip on some ice outside of a hotel.
Wow.
That's actually part of why they go out there and they wash everything down. They put salt down because they don't want to be at fault if something happens to you.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I don't blame them. Duty of care. Cool. They can go after your homeowner's insurance too, and from your house.
Really?
Yeah. So like, I mean, if you want to get really technical, you can make everything somebody else's fault, but you have to have like a savvy lawyer to like kind of pull it off, and you have to have a judge that actually is going to be lenient towards you. So like, those are always like the two unknown factors in lawsuits: the lawyer and the judge. Yeah, that comes down to the business chain policy. That's why, like, I'm out here in Florida. I'm a recent Florida woman. Yo, how's it going? And we opened up technically, right? We're completely open up, but a lot of like the chain establishments, they still have like full like mask and everything policy. So you'll have what may be like allowed in the state, but it won't be allowed in that particular industry procedures. So.
And then people get so mad, and I'm like, then don't go there.
Yeah,
you can't like advocate for private business and then get angry when a private business has a policy that goes against something that you think you should do.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay, we're gonna sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. This is our second to last sprint. that was the end of our second to last sprint. How did everyone do?
To be honest, I started writing and then there was really interesting conversation happening in the chat. So I was playing around in the chat at the end of that sprint.
I saw some people were talking about like jaywalking and stuff, and then I was like, I need to stop looking or I'll get distracted. But this was an episode, I know it was an episode of like Black Mirror, but then also so it's a book called The Circle, and then it got turned into a movie with Emma Watson that apparently flopped. I never saw the movie, but it's also kind of like that. And then there's a book called Keystone that's like a young adult version of The Circle that came out afterwards that I think it came out like last year or 2 years ago. Haven't read that yet, but it had a cool cover, so I was like interested. But yeah.
Circle wasn't bad. I watched it because like the concept really interests me. And I heard people saying it wasn't good, but like it wasn't. I personally didn't think it was bad. I like enjoyed it.
My roommate in college lives in China, and there are certain things that like I want to ask her and other things I'm like, I probably shouldn't ask her in case it somehow gets like back.
Somehow it docks her. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. What's it called? I want to read. Well, there's The Circle, and then there's Keystone. And they're both like social media that like they're all about transparency, which means obviously they're not actually transparent because they're dystopian books.
There's also, if anybody has HBO, Vice News, which I'm not always a fan of Vice News, but their HBO series is really great because they go into locations. They do an episode or a half an episode, because the episodes are always split, on the social credit system, and it's really interesting.
I mean, that's what we do as writers.
Write down quotes from their conversation.
Yeah, I was about to say. That's what we do. Like part of the whole reason I used to love going to coffee shops is I'd be sitting there writing, and then there'd be people fighting behind me, and then I'd just kind of take out a pencil and just listen to some of the stuff and just kind of jot down, because I might need it later,
Yeah, no, never send that stuff on that platform. That's no, don't do that. Okay, the code for the final room this morning is 53 Whiskey 43 Romeo Hotel. But we're not going back on the hospitality chat. That's
there was a jaywalking chat, and people, like, I live in Montreal, and they are notorious for ticketing people for jaywalking here. But that's because people do it absolutely everywhere, and the driving here is awful. So
I mean, people do it all the time in New York, but there are certain places where it's done all the time that you would think that they'd actually be on it, and instead it's like too much that they just don't bother. Like in Times Square, it's just an army of people will stop traffic. And yeah.
Yeah, I know quite a few. The only people I've ever known to get a jaywalking ticket, it's been in Montreal. When I was 16, though, I once was biking, and they had a law. I must have been younger than 16, actually, because there's a law that like kids have to wear their helmet when biking, at least like in the place where I grew up. Maybe it was a local bylaw or something like that. I don't know. And I was biking to a friend's house, and a cop pulled me over and told me to put my helmet on because I, like an idiot, was just riding with my helmet on the handlebars because I wanted to be cool. And then 5 minutes later, I was jaywalking on my bike, one of the major streets in my neighborhood, like Lakeshore, which runs all along the GTA. And this same cop pulled me over, and he just like shook his head and was like, do you want me like to, he was not impressed. And I was like 13 or 14 or 15 or 16. So I was really scared, right? Because like, here's this adult person pulling like me over. Anyway, I got a stern talking to the second time, but I guess he figured I had no money, so he didn't give me a ticket.
Oh.
Yeah, in New York, you'd still get the ticket, and it would be like, you can show that to your parents.
I think he made me call my parents. They didn't have to come get me, and I didn't have to go home, but I think he made me call my parents.
I think you get tickets more often for jaywalking if you're like near a school, but that's like all I can think of.
Another thing I did that sprint was I got McDonald's.
Okay, we're gonna do our final sprint. We'll end at the top of the hour, and then we'll do quick sign-offs, and we'll be good. So in 3, 2, 1, happy productivity, everyone. that was the final sprint. How did everyone do?
Didn't write, just stretched and drank some water.
I went through my author bullet journal and I tracked down all the words that I actually wrote for the week so I could feel like I actually got something done. So that was great.
I didn't do much. Started writing, but I also responded to some messages on Fiverr.
I just set the word count goal for each of my chapters in Scrivener, and yeah, I did a little bit more writing, but I was mostly like, oh, I want to do this so I can see how far along I am in each chapter while writing it too.
So do you set like, because I typically, so do you have a specific word count goal for each chapter then?
Normally, like, it's around 2,000 words, but if I have like, my goal for a whole novel is almost always 60,000, and then in the editing process, it either goes a little bit up or a little bit down, and that's fine. So then, depending on the number of chapters I have outlined, I divide 60,000 by that number, and then I just set that as the word count goal for each chapter. But some chapters are shorter, and other chapters are longer, but most are like average length. Yeah. Gio finished a chapter, cuddled the dog, very important. Help, my husband just video called me from the other room and the baby, and she was so confused but so cute, and her smile has made me forget where I was going with this.
That's so sweet.
That's adorable.
That is so cute.
Oh, congratulations. You can be productive without words. That's fine. Adulted.
That's hard. You should get an award for that.
I know. It's like a sticker where it's like, I adulted today.
Yeah, like I'm thinking about the laundry today and I'm like, maybe I could just not.
Okay, I think we should do our outros. So, Carrow, Keylin, Miguel, let people know who you are again, where they can find you. Reminder, everyone's YouTube link is linked down below. And during the stream, if you watch the replay, other links of theirs were put up to promote them on other platforms. After this stream, I will edit it and add those links into the description too. But Carrow, take it away.
Hi, my name is Carrow Brown. I'm an urban fantasy author and the owner of Matter After Productions. I came here to get my life together, and it feels 50% together, which is more than what I started with. So today's stream was a success. Thank you very much for having me here today, ma'am.
Thank you for being here.
I guess I'm next. I'm Keylin. I am a fantasy author and I suppose accidental cover designer. It kind of happened by accident, but it's working out now. Cover designer and ghostwriter. Yeah, so if you're interested in seeing any of my stuff, please feel free to. I saw Zara, you linked it below. I also have a YouTube channel which I post on sporadically. So, yeah, and that's me. Thanks for having us, Miguel. I'll pass it to you.
Okay, so I am Miguel. I am a teenage aspiring author and I make videos on my quite crazy writing journey. For right now, it's me writing a book for the first time, which is a fantasy novel. And thank you, Zara, for letting me join you on this.
Oh, of course. And I'm glad your internet was stable this time.
It's the audio that was unstable last time.
Oh, yeah. But yes. And for those of you who don't know, my name is Zara Hoffman. I'm the self-published author of 5 books. The 6th one comes out July 6th. Keylin designed the back covers and spines of these. I actually already had the front covers designed. But yeah, Keylin's going to be my cover designer.
I haven't actually seen them in person.
Keylin, I need to send them to you. I'll send them to you.
No, I ordered your other. I'll just order these ones. Oh, they look good. Thank you.
Keylin being like, oh, I actually am good at what I'm doing.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So thank you to everyone who is here. I will be sprinting again Tuesday morning and then Tuesday night at 7 p.m. If you go to my Ko-fi page, which is linked at the bottom of all my videos, you will see that. And I also normally remember to post on Instagram the day before or the hour before. So keep an eye on that. And I will hopefully see you all at the next sprint.